right, so today's video, we're watching a Silver 1 support on PC play Illari and say hi. I've mostly been playing Marvel Rivals lately, but with the changes that were added in Season 15, I thought it would be a good time to get back into Overwatch. I've been loving them, so this is probably one of my better personal games, but by far the worst team-wise game I've had since coming back. At first, I thought it would be an easier game as we ended our first round attack with 2 minutes left. Good God, was I wrong. On our defense, the enemy team ended up with 4 minutes on the clock. I don't think I played all that badly, as I had the most healing and out of all the supports, and had the most damage in the match, so most healing and damage in the match. And my kill death ratio wasn't too all bad either. Was there any more I could have done, or was it truly my teammates this time? Thank you for your time. All right, I guess we'll find out. Let's see. Hey, Yari's good. And Sake, thanks for the gifted sub. Thank you. Appreciate it. Here we go. So far, this is Illari. Yep. Watching. Yeah, good job by your Mago coming back. That high ground check. So here's what I've learned. When I first started spectating, I made high ground very important. As I've spectated more, I've realized that I need to spectate based off of the rank too. And in Silver, you're not going to expect your teammates to take high ground, nor are you going to expect your teammates to be able to use the high ground as efficiently. So I'm going to tell you all day long, high ground's very important in this game, but it's not going to be as utilized, and I'm not going to sit there and try to force people to do it all, like go high ground all the time. I will say, if you learn how to play high ground, it will be very beneficial. But I also recognize that a lot of the time, especially in the Silver game, it's going to be a lot of like the ground and pound style and less of the take high ground, take map control. And that's fine, because each ranks differently, and the idea is to climb through each rank specifically rather than just, you know. Yeah, cast was, I mean, so far everything's fine. Like, there's nothing really like this is going to be a Kasune play with your ult. Your ult could be really good in a second. Yep. Good ult location. Your teammates follow up for you, you'll be in a good spot. Oh, Mauga's dead. They used a bunch of ults. Good job. Aim's been pretty good. So that's been nice. Sune, follow up. Can't do much there. Nice, good job. Put it, move your pylons up. Yep, you're good. Try to look to move your pylon up even sooner than that. That's the only thing I really saw there that would make me like... you said, why is high ground more important? Oh yeah, good question. It's easier cover a lot of the time, I would say. And like a lot of the time when you have high ground, it means you have part of the... You control a part of the map, which I think Grimma just mentioned there too. Like you start to control the map too. So like it gives you basically... It forces the other team on their back foot. But utilizing it is a part of that, so... That's why I've become less about like, okay... Like, for example, like if I was watching, like we just previously spectated a top 500 game, I would have been more like, yeah, go high ground here, right? Because it's going to be utilized better. You know, it's just, each rank plays differently. And then that's something I've learned and kind of adapted a little bit to with like how I do my spectatings. Yep. Keep your teammates alive. Everything's fine so far. Right? You can go for an ult here if you want to. Especially with them on their back foot here. Like you can definitely go to clean this up if you would like. Yep. I'm fine with this. Even if you get just one, that's all that matters. It's perfectly fine. That ultimate I call that's more of like a tempo ult, keep the momentum, than it is a, you know, what you would call the best ultimate. Sometimes you just need to keep the momentum going, the snowball going. Remember about updated pylons at some point here. I would like to see a little bit of an update on them sometimes. Your pylon, I think a good way to explain this for like pylon or like a Illari is you want to make sure your pylon's getting that value. So when you push in and you get map control, you throw your pylon a little bit closer and you go, yeah, but it can get destroyed. It can get destroyed, can it? Here's the thing. If you learn how to put good pylons up, it's actually going to distract the other team. And two things happen. Either A, they don't kill the deployable, which happens a lot in ranked. How often do people kill Torb turrets and Sim turrets? It can vary on the game, but sometimes people don't. So if you're forcing people in a situation where you also have like the momentum, they're going to basically have to be forced to either kill your pylon or you're going to get maximum amount of value and heals. So like say you throw it up like, I don't know, let's like somewhere stupid. Like say you throw it up here and now like they're here, right? Like think about the point of view they have is like they need to fight your teammates, but there's also a pylon that's healing. So do they look away for a second? Well, them looking away for a second is how you can maybe get a kill. Like you already won the team fight, but I'm just showing you like why sometimes moving it up can be super important. The pylon becomes a necessity for them to kill. And if they don't kill it, then you just get full value. If they do kill it, is what it is. But like they have to worry about that. So I've seen you a couple times where you leave it behind and forget about it. It's just a big part of that. Yep. Good job. Now you're just hiding. Totally fine. Getting healed. Ayari's actually... Illari, I feel like, is an underrated hero to play. Like, it's like Ayari's good, and, like, I think people know that. It's just, like... There's so many good, like, support options that I always forget to play Illari. At least for me. I just always forget. Like, I'll go, like, Ana, or, like, Juno, or, like, Kiriko. You know what I mean? Or Zen now. It's... You said you've seen a bit more Yaris now? Yeah, which is good.
Anyone else? Stay near my pylon.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get at, is that you want to put a pylon in a spot where the enemy has to look away from your teammates. Exactly. And if they don't, you get full value. If they do, you get value from them looking away. Yeah, your Mog was kind of stuck there. You could go for an ult here if you want to, though. I think you're in an opportunity for it. But that's going to be up to you. Yeah, Pylon's not being moved up there either. To play some Illari today? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Uh-oh. There it is. To the left. Great job. Great ult. No issues with that. Pylon in a second. I'm going to move your Pylon up. I guess you had to move it there for yourself. Healing your team. Good Kitsune by your teammate. Move your Pylon up. Now, you would want to move your Pylon up to a spot that would be annoying, right? So, like, think of a spot where they have to look for it. That's good. That's great. I actually like that spot. That spot's excellent. Good job. No issues there. Pylon's fine. I'm trying to watch this rotation. Also, I want to point something out here. One thing I've noticed, at least in my opinion, like you're splitting from your teammates and you ended up in the middle of nowhere there. So I want you to kind of like position yourself in a spot where you're not ended up in the middle of your team. Like your teammates could benefit from you being with them on that angle, for example. Like keep your other teammates alive. Yeah, you're just going back to spawn. This is one of those things where, like, your teammates had two different ideas of what you wanted to do, and you lost because of that. 3 of you played low ground and, like, stood there. 2 of your teammates played on, like, the back left. I think you're better off being on the back left because you can get range, you can do damage, and you can keep your back line alive there. And then you can occasionally heal your Sigma if you need to. I think you just positioned incorrectly there for a bit.
Killing Pylon out.
That Pylon's fine. No issues with that. Healing your Sigma, just fine. Pylon's bad. I like how I say, I go, Pylon's bad, immediately destroyed. Better Pylon. Better Pylon, because now they have to look for it and they can see it. Which is fine, because they can see it as being healed, so they have to look for it. Drop your Pylon now. This is where you would drop your Pylon, so that way they don't kill it. So that way you don't lose the cooldown. Yes, good job. Or, like, redo it, I mean. Nice job. Whole rotation there was fine. Your teammates just got rolled. Everything was fine there. Maybe you could have reset your Pylon. No time to ult this yet. I would go for an ult now. This is your timing in a second to go for an ult. You lost that timing. Thanks to the Reaper, you regained it, but then you got killed. I'll kind of talk about it as you're rotating to the next point here, but the reason why I wanted you to ult that there was because you're going to stop their momentum a little bit and force them to have to play defensive for a second. Once your teammates kind of regain control, that's why you do that. But when you don't ult that, they're allowed to be aggressive and make whatever play they want, and it's exactly what they did, and that's why your team fell over. I'm not saying that if you ult that, you win, but you need to find a way to slow down momentum, and sometimes your ultimate, especially one that has an AoE effect, that can do a ton of damage and stop them in their place or force out cooldowns, is going to be the play. So I would have liked to see it a bit more proactive there. I mean, that ult's okay, because, like, they just fade away, but, like, it's on a Roadhog, so you're not really going to do much there. And that's why, once again, I would rather see it the other way, right? That's quite the dream you just said in chat. Going in. Not bad. Oh, got rolled. I mean, this game was just your teammates got snowballed. Like, this isn't really like you had mentioned, yeah, but I feel like I played really well. Like, what's going on here? Like, dude, that was an absolute team effort of getting rolled. There was nothing there that was like, oh yeah, you were carrying this, and like your teammates like just all were terrible there. Like, that was just y'all got rolled and they snowballed you. Like, and then that happens in Overwatch. It doesn't mean the game's over. I've had games like this all the time, and I win them. It's just like when you don't have an opportunity to play defense, like that's what happens. You just got rolled. Maybe your Illari ultimate that I mentioned, that time and actually get you the win. Right? That'd be awesome. Maybe you get the win off of that. Maybe there's other variations of things that can be helpful. So these are one of the moments that it's just sometimes your teammates never find their footing, including yourself, and that's that.
Positioning healing pylon.
Nah, I ain't getting baited by that one. I know you do that. Good pylon. There you go. Nice. Hey, chat. What perk do you think Mauga? What perk do you think Mauga took on the team? You notice there was 6 on the point. That is the dev doodle Illari. Yep. Did you notice that? There were 6 on the point because there's a perk as Mauga where you get like when you're on the point you get like 20 HPS or something, and it counts as 2 people. Move it up again in a second. Perfect. Yeah, actually, thinking of that now, you're right. Because in this situation, you would have, it's 3-3, so you'd have both your perks. That is true. Why didn't the Illari pick that? Now that you bring that up, I'm actually curious as to why the Illari didn't pick that up. Or, like, pick the perk. Because, like, when it's 3-3, you get perks. I have no idea. I don't see what the other perk is, and I don't know the perks well enough on Illari, which I guess I could have done a better job. So do you feel like sometimes they shoot too quickly? You know, I get that. And the reason why I don't talk about it too much, because I go against the Illaris that are really good, and they just, like, spam me. They know when to, like, shoot really fast and when to, like, let it tempo. So I don't really know the timings that well. Yeah, okay, we'll figure it out. Anyway. Good ultimate here. I like the aggression. Be careful. By the way, that play by you there, I loved what you just did. I see so many people that they tunnel vision when they ultimate and forget about the rest of the lobby. I love that you had the awareness of, like, I ulted them, but I also need to make sure I look to my left to, like, see how to dodge this. You could have still gotten rolled by the Roadhog, but, like, I like that you made that a part of your gameplay to at least recognize that you don't want to run in a straight line across the map to kill this Sojourn. That was a good decision by you.
This ends now.
Don't you love when they're low and no one gets the kill there? Feels bad. It is still a good enough attack to win the game. Better spot. So you went to the spot where you were last time. I want you to be careful of just standing still on the stairs here. Like, just go here. Like, you just go right here. It's such a safer spot. You can shoot at them still. It's a harder shot for them. You have cover. See? You have escape routes. Do you see this? Like, this is... See it? Like, I think that'd be great. Better position in here. All right. Nothing's happening. I would have looked for your Bastion a little bit still. You haven't looked behind you yet to see the heal. You're getting distracted a little bit here. You're looking away from, like, your teammates, and, like, they're getting isolated. Like, what's your HP on your tank right now? See what I mean? Like, I know that you need to do damage as a Yari, but like this is a positioning issue. I think I have a good way to explain this for people with a Yari is that like you're more like Zenyatta. If I'm Zenyatta, I'm not going to stand right in front of my teammates. Like that's your play style. The idea behind a Yari is that you're more like of a damage output character that can heal and like has mobility to be able to help when need be. But if you put yourself in the middle of your team, which is exactly what you're doing, look where you are. Your tank was here. Your teammates are here. You're in the middle. You're not giving yourself opportunity to get the full vision of the map. So you need to find spots like play an angle, play back here a little bit. Like let them know like, hey, I'm not going to be able to heal you. And like, listen, if your Mauga's dying because they're being aggressive, they're being aggressive. But if you're going to sit in the middle, now you're forced to have to heal your Mauga, but you're not even doing that because you're worried about DPSing up here. What happens if you're playing further back with better positioning? Better pylon usage, right? Now you can help with this Moira on your backline. They can't do anything because they're getting caught out when you have the pylon here, right? Like you see all this, like, but instead you're just playing in the middle. You mentioned like, oh, like, you know, is this like, you know, one of my worst teammate games, etc. But like you're doing like so much of not setting up correctly that you're just basically getting stuck in the middle of your teammates. And I've seen you die on first point multiple times with it. You got to stop just like basically getting caught out here because now you don't have the vision of where you can help, right? Your teammates, by the time you see them, they're already low HP. You need to position yourself to be able to see your teammates. If you find that your teammates are always behind you as a Yari, or you can't look at them and then see their HP before they have to run at you in a straight line, there's a problem there. So like, I need to see you position better in these situations. I just think you're not giving yourself the vision of the whole map. I basically, half the game, I just see you healing a Mauga, and I don't know what's going on behind you. Ronan, thank you for the 2 gifted. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks. Let's go back to what I'm talking about. If you're playing a Yari, why are you getting grabbed? Why are you getting grabbed, right? Because, like, you're positioning. While there's been moments where your teammates have certainly not played the best either, this was a team effort. I think all of you have things that, like, would be worked on here, and that's why you lost the game. This wasn't really necessarily because your teammates were bad or anything like that. I think this game was like this because the way that you're playing the hero currently isn't quite as optimal as we would like to see, is basically what I'm getting at. So I think for you, let's start to get yourself better positioned. I want to see your pylons move with you sometimes. Sometimes you forgot about them. And I think that's really where you need to start. Let's move your pylons with you as you get aggressive. Let's position yourself in a spot where you have full vision of your team and don't have to react heal somebody because they're running to you to get healed because you're not healing them. Those 2 things, you see, you love that point. Why did you get grabbed? Yeah, but like the idea is like, if you're positioned correctly, you're not going to get grabbed in that situation of where the grab was. If the grab's in front of the cart and you're grabbed with your tank as a Yari, there's a good chance you're probably not in a good position. You get what I'm saying? Basically, just let's get back to getting spots where you can kind of angle to see your teammates better. Think of yourself as a Zenyatta when you're playing a Yari. You're like an off-angle DPS support who has pretty good healing now that isn't necessarily meant to pocket a tank the whole time. You had more of pocket tank. If your tank does well, the game goes well. That's not how a Yari necessarily is. More angles, getting better vision of your teammates, move your pylons with you as you go. Stop leaving them behind. And outside of that, you had some good moments too. Aim looked pretty good. Ultimates were pretty solid. Decision making at times was good. Like not like positioning, but like when you ulted that Sojourn and didn't run, like just fly across in a straight line, right? Things like that. So you can keep improving, and I think if you can pick up on some of the stuff we just mentioned, you will climb. You got this. You absolutely got this. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTubes if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. You want to submit your own spectating, look at the description below. That's where my Discord is. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam, also stream on YouTube. We have a lot of fun here. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.